In today's video, we are taking a look at another hero pack for the Fisk superhero mod. And this one is all about villains, specifically from the DC universe. And these guys do not mess around. So let's just jump straight into it. Alrighty, and we are back after a week of not posting and being in hospital. We are finally back. And this hero pack basically just got updated. So these guys are all fresh off the press. As you can see, the skins look absolutely insane. So starting in no particular order, let's start out with this guy right here. This is Grundy, which if we throw this on, you can see that we do get a little bit taller here. We look a little bit different, just a little bit. Now in this hero pack, there are actually DC heroes as well. So if you guys want to follow up, do let me know in the comments. But jumping into Grundy here. So starting off with the abilities here, we have the first one, which is Create Tremor, which if we hold that down and right click, we create all these little explosions basically all around us. And this goes on for a good while as well. Like if you wanted to keep somebody at bay, that is definitely the trick to do it. Our next ability is the Stone Throw. So if we go and press that, we have to hold it down. We pick up this giant cobblestone thing and just lob it into the distance. And as always, we do have to test this out on our test subjects over here. See if we can actually hit them. Oh. We definitely hit a couple. Okay, so it is pretty hard to aim with that ability, but either way, you're going to do some serious damage. And then finally, we do get Ground Smash, which I'm pretty sure is just the classic one. Yeah, where we smash out the ground beneath us, just like we've seen before. And one thing that I thought was really cool, if you actually just drop off of a building, you'll just end up like smacking down on the floor. And I'm not sure if that does damage. Let me see. Let's have a look. Ooh. Yeah, okay, that does do damage. Okay, he's not everybody's favorite, but he is definitely a powerful dude. So after Grundy here, to his right, we do have the Scarecrow. And this is one I've been wanting to see in a hero pack for a long while. I mean, I remember Scarecrow from the Arkham games, and he's just, yeah, he's pretty ridiculous. And the skin design with this suit as well, just the gauntlet and everything, damn. So our first ability as Scarecrow, we have the Draw Syringes, which are basically just like little claws that come out the gauntlet just like that. I'm pretty sure these will do a pretty decent amount of damage, and they actually leave a poison effect, as you can see right there. But if we put our syringes away for a second and try our Fear Gas, you'll be able to see that that also leaves a poison effect, just like that. And then finally, we get the Dome of Fear. And this ability right here takes this villain from like 5 to about 20. So we cool down the dome, we transform into this crazy sort of like Scarecrow looking dude. I mean, obviously it's Scarecrow, but I mean, goddamn, it's absolute nightmare fuel. And when we're in this form, we actually get a bunch more abilities ready to go. I mean, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it too well on the video, but even the cape is like shredded. I mean, look at that. So first up with the new ability list, we get the Fear Illusions, which is basically the same as the Doctor Strange or Mysterio stuff, where we can use like duplication or blindness. Maybe put some torches around here. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark. Then we get our sickle. So if we go ahead and toggle that, we get this amazing looking modeled sickle right here, nice and 3D. And then this is just another version of the syringes, but it doesn't actually leave any poison. And just like the ability before, we get the Fear Gas, and we can just turn off this dome right here. But one of the coolest abilities as Scarecrow in this form is that we can actually just go into pure like gas form. So by pressing G, we can just fly into this, and then we can just basically just fly anywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty bad at controlling this. As you can see, there we go. So we can just fly over here and then press G, and then we're back into this form again. So thinking about it now, you could literally recreate like an Arkham boss fight with this Scarecrow right here. So this one definitely took me by surprise. And I mean, who doesn't love Scarecrow? This is just insane. And once you've finished fighting some heroes, you can just bring down this whole like veil looking thing, and you'll actually just transform back into your normal self as soon as that goes. Boom. The Scarecrow alone in this hero pack just makes it so worth it. So coming up next to Scarecrow, we have Bane. And now this skin right here is just so classic. I mean, this is just classic comic book Bane right here. And most of these suits actually have different variations if you wanted to go for like a more comic book one, an animated one. I mean, there's variations for a lot of these guys. And there's definitely a lot of variations for the Joker, which we'll get into in a minute. Now, you might be thinking straight off the bat, this is, he's a little bit small to be Bane. And that's where our first ability comes in, our giant mode. If we go ahead and press that, there we go. We just turn into like this absolute beefcake right here. And I'm pretty sure he's even bigger than Grundy as well. And you can see that we get this sort of like venom tube on our back there as well, looking absolutely awesome. The way these are modeled is just ridiculous. And by activating the venom there is when we actually get access to all the other abilities that Bane has. So our first ability being Rage Mode, if we press that, we go even bigger. So this guy does not mess around. And you can see there from the glowing red eyes that he's definitely not a happy bunny. And once we're in rage mode, it is only a timed sort of event, so you can't use this forever, as you can see from the bar at the bottom there. But this is where we can do basically the Grundy attacks, where we can throw the stones. Just like before, we throw some cobblestone at a building. You know, just classic Bane stuff. But when that bar does eventually run out, you will go back into the middle phase. Yeah, we'll call it the middle phase, even though he's just absolutely gigantic. And once that bar sort of fills back up again, you'll see that it does pop up rage mode again. So it is definitely reusable. But other than that, we get pretty much the same abilities that we did with Grundy right there. And as you can assume, this is just going to be a one tap. Oh my god, it isn't. What? I really thought Bane would be stronger than that, but either way. So after Bane right there, we do have the Joker. Now, this is obviously like the 2019 Joker film. I think it came out in 2019. I could be wrong. But going through them right here, you can see that we actually get 7 suits. So we actually get the DC Universe one. We get the animated one. We get the Kill and Joke. We get the Heath Ledger Dark Knight one. We get the Joker movie, which is the one on the stand. We get the New 52 one, where he's got like his face peeling off. And we also get the Red Hood version as well. But going into the abilities as Joker, these are sort of more tailored towards the comic book Jokers rather than the one that we've seen in the new modern films. The first one on our list there is Joke. So if we press that, basically brings up a choice of a grenade or a throwing star. So they're definitely right on cue with the Joker's humor with that one. We have Draw Knife, which basically just brings out this little blade right here that we could just, you know, shank up some villagers. The Joker does love his knives after all. And then for his other abilities right here, we can actually draw a revolver, which again is very, very nicely modeled, as you can see there. And it's not actually on the equipment list like we've seen before with other sort of revolvers or weapons. We have the choice of either shooting them like this, or if we wanted to play a prank on them, we can actually just aim it, and then we can press the flag Joke, and then a little bang flag comes out the end of the barrel. Look at that. That is just... So either way, if you wanted to recreate a comic book scene or the one from the Joker film, there's no worries about it. A lot of weapons and a lot of guns always look a little bit goofy, but they managed to get this one pretty spot on. Props to the designers for that one. All right, so moving on from the Joker right here, we do have Killer Croc. Now, this guy used to absolutely freak me out in the Arkham games. It's definitely not one of my favorite topics. I'll leave it at that. You can see that the model, again, just absolutely amazing. Even got like the little scales on the back and the shoulders. But for Killer Croc right now, he only actually has one ability, and that is Water Pipe. So we actually sort of crouch down and pull up this sewer pipe right here, which basically just launches like a ton of water at your enemy. We sort of reach down. Yeah, there we go. And we can actually guide it a little bit as well. A lot better than the cobblestone throw, which I'm pretty sure that this guy's going to get at some point, so be on the lookout for that. I mean, this is the only sort of part of water on the map that I made, and it makes a very strange, ominous sound when I'm in it, and I don't really like it. But this is just nightmare fuel by itself. If you were being chased by Killer Croc like this, nah, that is my worst nightmare. Not bad for only having one ability. I mean, they're definitely going to add more in, I can guarantee that, but Killer Croc, definitely awesome. And then up next right here with the glitchy sort of shoulders right here, this is Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. You can see that if we press right shift, we can pull off the hood right there. We can see the amazing model, and the ears on the sort of helmet are actually 3D as well, which is really, really cool. I like that touch. And right there on her leg, you can probably see Catwoman's main weapon, and that is, of course, the whip, which we'll get to in just a minute, because up first we do have our toggle claws, and this time they're actually like claws. They're not sort of just like one-sided sort of flat objects. Like, they're genuinely little claws right there, which probably do the same amount of damage as they always do, sort of like a 2 or a 3 hitter. Before we jump into the other abilities, because you are Catwoman, you can do some crazy sort of parkour right here. Obviously I suck, but if you were any good at parkour, you could definitely lose a couple of people following you just like this, or even keep up with a good couple of heroes as well. So after the claw ability, we do also get night vision right here. So to see better in the dark, you can just press V. Obviously, I don't think it does anything because I've got shaders on right now, but when you do actually use this ability, your visor sort of lights up like this, and you can turn it on and off, which I've seen before on a Batman suit, and it just made it so much cooler, and this is no exception. And finally, as Catwoman, we can actually just toggle our whip right here, whip out like that, no pun intended, which you can sort of use as like a close range weapon like normal, but if you wanted to use the actual ability, you can use the whip zip right here, which... But yeah, I'm pretty bad as Catwoman, but if you mastered that, you'd be pretty damn OP. If you wanted to make a quick getaway across this bridge, maybe? There you go. That's the way to do it. Look at that. Maybe I'm not a bad Catwoman after all. Who knows? So once we actually put the whip away, we can toggle our claws again. And this time we can actually see that we get a wall climbing ability. So if we press that, there we go. Now we can climb really quick. Oh my God. We can just chill here for a while. Look at that. This is like the most Catwoman thing you've ever seen. And you can climb in any direction as well. I'm pretty sure it works the same way as the tentacles, where it sort of goes where you're looking. I mean, this hero pack so far, I mean, this is only the villains as well. And not even all of them. This is just a couple of them. So the detail and everything in this pack is just absolutely next level, I gotta say. And finally, right here, we also have Firefly, and it almost looks like the Iron Spider suit, but it is in fact Firefly, as you can tell from that massive rocket on his back right there. Again, all the little 3D parts of this suit, again, just the detail, ridiculous. The first ability that we get here is a Fire Blast, which we've seen before, but you can actually almost like combo this. Like, check this out. So if you right click, it's almost just like an instant sort of shot. But then on the left click, you've got like this holding down sort of beam. I mean, yeah, you could definitely just combo this, like... Yeah, that is powerful. Yeah, that's a lot better than I thought, and it sets them on fire, so it's definitely on the right line. And then for our secondary ability here, we do get the Incineration Beam, which we can hold down. And again, pretty much just, that is so powerful. Firefly is definitely the secret meta of this hero pack so far. That is ridiculous. But if you know anything about Firefly, you do know, in fact, that giant rocket on the back there does double as a flying suit. And I mean, just look at that. Almost, I mean, yeah, like a Firefly. That's probably why he's called that, actually, thinking about it now. And you can actually fly at a decent rate right here, but when you're in this sort of boosting mode here, you have the option to boost again. So you can actually go even quicker, which if we press, that little meter at the bottom pops up again. You can go pretty damn quick as Firefly. Definitely an underrated villain in this pack for sure. But that is going to cut it for this video, guys. I would like to quickly say that I really appreciate all the messages that I got over this last week. You know, I was rushed into hospital, which, you know, it sucks, but it happens. But I would like to quickly say thank you to everyone who left messages or, you know, wished me a good recovery after my surgery. Either way, I really, really appreciate you guys being patient and, you know, letting me recover and stuff like that. But you can expect weekly uploads again like normal, and a little bit of extra as well, as I'm planning some big moves in the future. So if you did enjoy this video, as always, be sure to leave a like, a comment, let me know who your favorite villain was. If you want to see the hero part of this hero pack, then do let me know below, because this one does not mess around. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.